Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about that Rick Grimes or the World Beyond post-credit scene that ties into the Rick Grimes movie and stuff like that, because there's a lot more information now when I was thinking about it a lot more that makes a lot more sense, and you can kind of trace where Rick Grimes went. You can trace it from what the stuff that Michonne found in season 10 and some stuff from that Rick Grimes movie teaser that we did get. So I want to combine all the information that is what I did here. And I want to talk about everything that we know now, as of now, on where Rick Grimes could be, and I guess what he's been up to, and I guess some things that we could see in that first movie, or maybe it serves more as a backstory to that first movie, because we don't know how that first movie is going to start. It could start off like a year or two after his disappearance, right? Like, we don't know how they're going to structure everything, like, story-wise. So before we go any further, I do have to warn you for spoilers for last night's episode of World Beyond, if you haven't checked it out yet. I mean, this is kind of unrelated to the whole episode anyways, but it is kind of a spoiler. It's a post-credit scene, and so, yeah, if you don't want to know what happens here, then yeah. Anyways, this is my spoiler warning. And if you are new here, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want more Walking Dead content like this, because I have a lot of stuff to be talking about over the next week. I also am going to be doing Q&As every Wednesday. I've been trying to do them like Saturdays. I've been always changing the weeks, and I've been kind of off the last week or two. So I'm just going to be doing them on Wednesdays because I would like to do them halfway through the week. And it's always going to be on what we just kind of watched. So yeah, it makes sense to do them afterwards and not the day before. So this Wednesday coming up is going to be stuff related to, it's just all Walking Dead. It's not going to be a specific subject, but I will obviously answer questions in relation to like Fear the Walking Dead season 6's recent episode or World Beyond's recent episode, which I imagine most questions will be about that. So if you guys want to answer me any questions, go follow me on Instagram. That's just at MusicMan on Terrace Street. The link for that should be down below. And I guess if you want more Walking Dead content like this, then make sure to hit subscribe. So the Rick Grimes World Beyond post-credit scene was just such, it was huge excitement. A lot of people freaked out about it. I'm seeing it in the comments. A lot of people are freaking out over that because it's pretty big. It's really the first look into something related to the Rick Grimes movie that we've gotten since the beginning. We've gotten a lot of looks at the CRM. We've gotten a lot of stuff in connection to like Michonne's exit and how that relates to the Rick Grimes movie and stuff and finding Rick, I guess. But there was nothing in relation to what Rick is going to find. And all the stuff with the A's and the B's, we are going to learn about that in the Rick movie. And we finally know that all of the A's are used for Walker experiments to try and find a cure. So B's are completely different, and I think we know what B's are now for the most part. Obviously, to sum it up, B's are just, they're alive, right? Like A's are going to die and B's are alive, but you can apparently be demoted from a B to an A because that's what happened to Father Gabriel, right? He was a B. Jadis thought he was a B, I think because he was showing a lot of leadership qualities, and I think that failed in her eyes, and that's why she said, oh, I guess you're an A or something like that, or I thought you were a B. Can't remember her exact line of dialogue, but then he became an A. So when that happened, that's when she was going to turn him into a walker, or I guess just get wounded, suffer the walker bite, and then that's when the CRM helicopter would have came, picked him up, strapped him down while he was just human, and then he would turn, there would be no issues there, and then obviously they would have them in this place here to do tests and stuff like that, which is kind of messed up, and I think it's going to be a lot more messed up than we're thinking, because as of now, to me, it just seems like it's a good thing. Okay, yeah, you want to find a cure, then you're just going to have people come in here and you'll do tests on them because you kind of have to do tests on people who have been bitten, right? So that makes sense. But where I think it's going to get very messed up is that they're probably just killing people and taking people for tests and stuff. That could be where it's a little more sinister. There could be more things with that. And, you know, as you go into the whole A stuff. Now with the B thing, it seems like what it is that there is some sort of leadership quality to you, that you're able to take charge. And I think they want strong people like that, probably for laborious work, right? Like they want people to do physical work. I think we know somewhat of what that could be, because if you think about the Michonne episode, her final episode, in that boat on, or just off of Bloodsworth Island, I think it was called, Rick was in that boat, right? For the most part. Like it's possible that they planted it there, but I think that's being a little too conspiracy theory minded. It's possible, but I think realistically Rick was there, because why would they place something there? I know Gimple was saying, well, maybe Rick didn't draw that phone, or not draw the phone, but draw that picture on the phone, which, okay, fine, that could make sense, but maybe it was a gift. Maybe Jadis drew that picture on that phone before she died, or something like that, and then gave it to Rick as like a gift or a present or something, and then he just held on to it. Something happened here with the boat. He was forced to leave and he just lost all of this stuff, right? I don't think Rick drew that. It's possible. I mean, I'm not trying to like shit on on Rick's artistic skills. You never know. You know, he could be pretty amazing, but Jadis, we know, is she's a known artist, right, for Walking Dead fans, so she's connected with him right now. It kind of makes sense that it could be her that did it. Anyways, on that boat, Michonne, again, found a cell phone, but there was also a logbook, apparently, with places logged in on there. And we saw like Tampa Bay, Florida, there was Hopewell, Virginia, and then there's some place in New Jersey, which is pretty close to where they were at. So I'm thinking that that's where Rick was. That's like the last place he was in. So to recap everything, it seems like Rick went to Pennsylvania first because a lot of people are saying that that was the skyline there. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the skyline, but I see that a lot. Everyone's saying that this is the Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, whatever, skyline. So I'm guessing he went there first, but we know that he is most likely afterwards going to go to New York State, which is pretty close, and he'll be taken into the CRM Health and Welfare Complex because obviously he was badly wounded the last we saw him. And so if they're using bees in leadership roles, and for like physical work and stuff like that, that's just my prediction right now. They need them to be well, right? And Rick is not. He almost died there. And so I think that's where they're going to go first. They're going to bring him there. They're going to teach him a bunch of stuff. And I have the feeling that he's going to be there for a while because obviously they're going to try and make them, I guess, brainwash them. Because if you think about that kid there, I don't know if it was a kid. He could have been older than me, but that man in Colonel Kublik's apartment, she told him that you're going to go to the CRM Health and Welfare Complex until you're all better and stuff like that. And once you're ready to serve again, you can serve again. Actually, you'll probably do labor work, though. You're not going to actually be in that position, which does confirm Rick won't be a leader like that, where he's traveling around with all these higher officials and he's like that brainwashed. I already know Rick's not going to be that. That would just be so crazy and just like, what? That's not what the character would have done at all. They won't be able to brainwash him, but they might be able to get him to do physical work and stuff like that. So that's my prediction as to what's going to happen with him is that's going to happen. He'll go to Pennsylvania first, and then they'll go to New York State or whatever, somewhere around there anyways, wherever the CRM Health and Welfare Complex is. He'll get better there. They'll treat him. And then from there, they're going to do whatever they do with bees and stuff like that. But there's a connection there, obviously, with A's. And so I think that's where we're going to learn a bunch of stuff, learn about what is happening to him. And Rick will realize what's happening to him and what Jadis did, whether that's good or bad. Obviously, it's bad because they took him away from his family. But then again, he's going to live, right? There is no way Rick would have lived. Like, this is the only way he could have survived. If they would have taken him back to Alexandria or the hilltop, he would have bled out. It really was as simple as that. Jadis saved his life, so he should be thankful, right? It's better to be here than be dead out there on that shore. So, but afterwards, depending on if Rick was on this boat, and I'm thinking for physical work, it really is just gathering resources. It could be stuff to do with nuclear things. I've been hearing theories about that and like relations to like Fear the Walking Dead, and yeah, like there could be a plot there. So that's possible that there's a connection there with stuff like that, which would be kind of crazy. There's something to do with gathering resources and probably a lot of extra work because they got to power all of these things. Like the CRM, like it's like normal life over there. But how do they have all these resources? Well, they need people to be doing these things. I think that's what bees are for. So they'll send Rick to do some sort of normal job or whatever. He was on a boat, so I'm guessing he was maybe doing something with oil or what have you, just something with gathering resources. And all the locations that we saw were Tampa Bay, Florida, Hopewell, Virginia, and then obviously somewhere in New Jersey. So he's been around quite a bit, and it seems like in New Jersey something happened. Maybe that's where he broke away. He's very close to Alexandria, right? And when did that happen? Was that there a few years back? That's what Michonne's trying to find out right now. So we can see how the pieces are starting to fit together. And now my question is, what are we going to see in the Rick movie? Are we going to see all of this happen? Or is this going to be like a short 10-second thing, or 10-minute thing that happens in the first movie where we get this recap of what he's been going through, and then the story starts, I guess, afterwards, after at some point in the boat. It would be cool to see a lot of these moments more fleshed out, I guess. I know that you can't really spoil a lot of things because if he's in a boat at some point in that movie, we're going to know that's okay, they're probably going to crash right away because, yeah, like that'll kind of be spoiled, right? I mean, they could still do that, but we know that a ship crashes. So when we're watching the movie, we see him in a boat with that phone. We know he's about to lose it. But then again, you kind of have to suffer certain aspects of the story like that because we already know he has that phone and that he loses it. So in the movie, we're going to see him lose it, right? It makes sense. So overall, that's exactly what we know about the Rick Grimes movie right now. We got a lot more details, and there could still be a lot more coming with The Walking Dead World Beyond. Because I have the feeling that with World Beyond, they knew that it wasn't that great or amazing of a story. Although I will say, I know a lot of people who are really enjoying it. Like I actually know a couple people that are just like family members and friends and stuff who actually are really enjoying it right now. So that's kind of weird because I'm enjoying it. Like it's okay. Like, I am enjoying it, but it's not like the best Walking Dead show ever. But I feel like AMC knew that, and so adding some of these Rick Grimes connection stuff, maybe you're building to the ending story. It's keeping the interest there and excitement there, and that's really good to do because that's what the show's for, right? And you can't say that that's what they're trying to do with the show and be like, oh, that's they're just adding this stuff here to keep people watching. It's like, well, yeah, probably on one hand, but also because that is the point of the show. It's only going to be 2 seasons. It's ending next summer. This is set up for the Rick movie. Like, it really is as simple as that. So that is the stuff you're supposed to show. If they weren't showing that stuff right now, then I think we would definitely be complaining. So, but yeah, I guess although I would say that not a lot of people are actually complaining about it. I see some people, but the majority of people are excited from what we're seeing. So yeah, it's good. This is everything that we know so far. So post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. What do you think is going to happen in that first Rick Grimes movie? Do you think we're going to see any of these events here? And if you could, maybe put into order how you see things happening. Do you think certain moments are going to happen at the end of the movie? Do you think we're going to get all of this within the first 10 minutes? Post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.